Okay, this week in lab you guys are going to visualize your DNA from your PCRs using DNA agarose gels. Your instructor will go over the process of how the gel actually separates DNA out by size and how we visualize it using UV light. But I wanted to go over the technical aspects of just setting up the gel box properly. So first things first, vocab. This is the power supply that you will use. This is the gel box, the gel tray, a comb, and the lid. Alright, so you will first need to pour your gel. You'll have some liquid agarose, and you will go to your instructor. They will add Cyber Green to it. Cyber Green is what we'll use to visualize the DNA, so it actually intercalates into the DNA. So you want to use caution when working with it. It should be perfectly safe, but we haven't had decades and decades of research on it. So please do wear gloves whenever you're working with something that has Cyber Green or something that's touched it. So wear gloves when you're working with your gel boxes. So before you can pour the gel, you need to create a place for it to go, obviously. It'll start as a liquid when it's hot, and then as it cools, it will solidify to a gel. So you insert the gel tray kind of sideways into the box. It's a tight fit. Once it's in, make sure that you have good contact with the gasket all the way around so that you're not going to have any leaks. All right, so make sure you've got a leak-proof seal here and that it's nice and flat, not tilted. And then you will insert your comb into the slots available at the top. What this does is when you remove the comb after your gel is solidified, that the holes that it leaves behind, we call those wells, and that's where you'll place your DNA so that it actually can enter the gel when you apply the electrical current. Okay, so you've got this, you've got your comb in, you can now pour your gel in here, and you'll wait until it solidifies. You'll be busy though. And once it's solidified, what you want to do is take the comb out by just pulling straight up. Okay, set it aside. And then you're going to need to turn this gel so that it's oriented in this direction with the wells going across. So your DNA will go in the wells, you'll apply a current which will go from negative to positive, and your DNA will run towards the positive end. Alright, so you kind of just pull up on one side and then the other to gently walk the gel tray up. My gaskets fell out, but that's okay. So I can now turn it. Now to figure out which way you want to turn it, right? This way or this way, you can hold your lid up. Remember that DNA is negatively charged, so it will run to the positive end of your gel apparatus. Positive is marked as red, so the lid only fits on one way. Alright, so figure out which way it fits on and which way is going to be the positive end. Orient your gel so that the wells are at the opposite end as the positive end. So your wells should be at the negative, so the DNA can go in the wells and then go through the gel towards the positive end. Alright, once you've got your gel lined up properly, pour in the buffer, okay, which is like a salt liquid essentially. And you want to make sure that the buffer fills all of this area, and covers the entire gel with a little bit to spare so that you have free movement from all the way across the gel of the liquid. Okay, that's important. So once you've got that set up with your buffer, you'll load your DNA, which is a little tricky. So just take your time. We're going to give you guys practice gels. That's what you'll be doing while your gel is solidifying. So put your lid on securely. Plug your electrodes in. Turn on the power, set your voltage to what you want it to be, and to make sure that your gel is properly running, if you look on either side, you should see some bubbles forming and coming up. That's how you know that everything's working well. So you might be sharing your power supply with another lab group. If that's the case, then you guys can plug in and get going when you're ready. Make sure that the other group is not plugged in, right? You don't want their lid plugged in and not connected to their gel box. So if that's the case and one group starts before the other, when the other group is ready, you can just pause by turning it off, have the other group plug in, and then you can turn it back on and start to run. Similarly, when you guys finish, if you finish at different times, when you're disconnecting, just turn the gel box off for a few seconds, disconnect, and then you can turn it back on for the other group to continue.